Hope you're doing well this week. So today I'm going to talk about a question that I actually get a lot because I talk to people about toxic relationships. And that question is it abuse if it doesn't happen all the time? So we're going to get into that today. But first, if you are new here and you don't know who I am, my name is Lindsay O'Brien, and I am a coach and an energy healer. And I help women heal from toxic relationships so they can feel free, happy, and empowered to reclaim their lives. So this week I'm giving away 3 free discovery sessions, and these are sessions where we can go really deep into what exactly you're struggling with and come up with a plan to help you move forward and take back your life, whether you're healing from a toxic relationship or you're in one now and you're wanting to leave. So if you want to book one of those sessions, send me a private message and we will get you on the calendar. Okay, so today's topic, is it abuse if it only happens sometimes? This question comes up a lot. So I talk to people about toxic relationships and they'll tell me that they're not sure if what they're experiencing is abuse because their partners can be really, really nice sometimes. They tell me that the incidences of abuse or the meanness or the cruelty from their partner, it only happens on occasion. It doesn't happen all the time. And they wonder if they're making a big deal of things, or they're overreacting, or they wonder if what they're experiencing is actually abuse. So the answer to that question, to those questions is no, you're not overreacting, and yes, this is abuse. What you're experiencing, if you're going through that, where your partner can be kind and loving sometimes, but then abusive other times, is the exact definition of abuse. So that's why today I'm talking about the abuse cycle. What actually happens in a abusive relationship, what it looks like. Because very few people are mean or abusive all the time, right? You know, if someone you were dating or in a relationship with in the beginning was mean all the time or abusive, you wouldn't get into that relationship. You would be crazy too, right? Those relationships, they don't start out like that. Most people are not abusive all the time. So the reason these relationships can be so difficult to leave, and the reason why it can be confusing, like, well, is this abusive? It's not happening all the time, is because there's that intermittent reinforcement. Your partner can be very kind and loving sometimes, but then sometimes they can be excessively cruel or abusive. And it creates this very, very addictive dynamic. Like, people have done many studies on this. The intermittent reinforcement of the kindness and then the cruelty forms these, what they call trauma bonds, and chemically, physically in your body, it makes it difficult to leave because of the simple fact that it's not bad all the time. It's a cycle. So this is the definition of abuse. If you are wondering if your partner's behavior is abusive, or you're wondering if maybe you're overreacting, no, you're not. You're not. This is what abuse looks like. It is a cycle. So I'm going to talk quickly about the cycle of abuse and what it actually looks like. So there's 4 phases. The first phase is where the tension is building with your partner, and this could be men or women. This isn't like, oh, just men do this or just women do this. This can be across the board for anyone. So you have tension building. You start to sense that something's going on with your partner. You're not sure what it is. The communication begins to break down. You feel like maybe you have to walk on eggshells and be very careful around them. Maybe you start to feel a little bit fearful, or like you need to sort of placate them. Then the next step is an incident, right? Something happens. There's an abusive behavior, whether it's physical, emotional, verbal, some sort of accusations, blaming, anger. This could also involve threats, intimidation. So step 2 is something happens that isn't okay. And then the next step is usually reconciliation. The person who had the incident of abuse, they sometimes apologize. They will sometimes try to minimize what happened. They sometimes give excuses or blame the partner. They can sometimes deny the abuse or minimize what happened. Okay, so that's the third phase, the third step in the cycle. And then the fourth step is where there is calm. The incident is forgotten. Essentially, you may still cognitively remember it, but you forgive it, you let it go, okay? Things go back to normal. Your partner might be nice, they might be loving to you. So notice that in this cycle, it's not all bad, right? It's not all bad. There's times where things are really good, things are really great. And someone can cycle through this in a matter of days, but it could also be weeks or even months in between incidences of abuse. But this would still be considered an abusive relationship, okay? So I just want you guys to be very clear on that. If you aren't sure if what's going on in your relationship is abuse, always feel free to reach out to me or anyone else to get some validation on that. But if it's only happening sometimes, yes, that is still abuse. That is the definition of abuse. And sometimes what also makes it extremely difficult to leave these situations and to understand what's going on is that partners who are abusive and who go through these intense swings, they can sometimes be, in their good moments, the kindest and most loving partners that you've ever experienced. In those good moments. But again, notice those moments don't always last. They don't last. And if you're experiencing someone who, yes, can be excessively kind and loving at times, but can also be extremely cruel and abusive at other times, that is still abuse. And that is a situation you do not want to stay in. Okay, guys, so if this is you, if you're experiencing something like this, you're not sure what to do, you're not sure what your next steps are, please reach out and get support. That's going to be the most important thing to help you extricate yourself or figure out what your next moves are. So I'm here for that, or any other mental health professional, domestic violence shelter. Reach out, get resources, get support, and don't stick around in these situations, please, because they are very, very destructive for your mental, emotional, and even physical well-being. All right, guys. So if you are just coming in late now, I am giving away 3 free discovery sessions. If you want to book that, also send me a message. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you soon.